Okay, so we're gonna do one of the crossovers. I already did one, so that way now I can do it and it looks like I know what I'm doing. It's actually pretty easy. Basically what you have is a board with all of the different components on there. So for example, this says 3 ohms or 3 milli something, I don't know. 24 ohm, 3 milli H, whatever H means. Okay, so, and then you have 2 little holes next to it where the wires go through. So, and then on the back, everything is labeled with a letter. And essentially all you have to do is combine all of the like letters. So B goes to B, G, all the G's get connected together. That does mean that in order not to short anything out, we have to use some extra wire, which you'll see, because there's a G here, there's a G here, there's a G here, there's a G here, a G here. They all have to get connected together. So first, what we do is we just put our components on the board. Place. Okay, next we have our, I think these are called sand cast or something like that. All right, so each we have a 1 ohm, 2 ohm, so 1, 8, 3, and then 2. So 1 ohm, and I'm putting them all the same way with all the letters going the same way. So this is the 1 ohm. Here's our 2 ohm. Three ohm. Oh, I messed up. I want all the letters to go this way. This is an 8 ohm. What I messed up, didn't I? Oh, now I'm confused. Eight ohm goes here. Then goes 3 ohm. Then 2 ohm goes here. Now we have some sort of caps. Dayton Audio 12 UF 250 volt 5%. These are all the same, 12, 12, and 12. They did sell a updated kit for this. Upgraded, I guess you should say. It's quite a bit extra money, a couple $100, I think. I guess just better quality components. Some people say it makes a difference. I don't know, from what I read, most people said it doesn't really make a difference, but I can always upgrade in the future if I want to. 2 wires here. Okay. 3, 1, 8, 3, 2. Next, we have a whole bunch of zip ties here. And we'll start zip tie. There you have it. So now we need to start combining. So basically what you want to do is these are all going to be soldered. But from what I read, you want to try to make a mechanical connection first. So basically what that means, for example, F and F have to go together. So instead of just laying them together and soldering, they want you to actually, what I'm doing is just hooking them together like that. And then I can cut the end off. I don't think I have any other F's that have to go together. I do. I have one more F. Okay, so now what we'll have to do is we'll have to take F with a piece of bridging wire here and go to here. Okay, so there's a couple different ways I could do this. Since I have a long enough tail, what I think I'll do is I'll cut this. We're gonna strip off what we need here. Now I can take this, twist all 3 of these wires together. Okay. Then lay them down, kind of push them together, flatten them out a little bit. And now, when I go to solder, I don't have to hold anything. It's just put the tip on there, flow the solder in, we're good. So I'll do the same here. Actually, I'm going to make this a little shorter. And for the same with this one, I'll just twist these together. Now, you can't twist them all together. Like for example, I don't have enough to twist these together. But what I can do is make a little hook. And I am going to have one more H. So I'll wait to do that because, okay, basically what we have here, there's 3 different outputs. Well, one input here. So this is going to take power from the back of my speakers where they plug in. So basically power from the amplifier and send it through the crossover. The crossover is going to do its magic and it's going to separate out the highs and the lows. It's going to send the highs to the T for tweeter and it's going to send the lows to the W for woofer. So coming out of the crossover here, I have a plus and a minus for the woofer and a plus and a minus for the treble. So basically, these are going to plug into the back of my speakers. Now, I have 2 woofers, and I only have one output here, but that's fine because they're going to go in parallel. So basically, I'll have one connection coming out of the crossover, and then I'll come out of one speaker and go into the other speaker. No problem. And then here, this goes to the tweeter. So I have to take into account that I have wires coming in here. For example, one of these wires is labeled H. Well, we know we have to wire all like letters together, so that means from the H, I have to do a wire all the way up to this H. Now, each one of these has a G, and I'm assuming G is for ground, or it's the black wire. All of these G's, G, 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 and G, have to get wired together. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Anyway, so that's where we are. So C and C. There's no other C's. We can wire these together. What we'll do is we'll just twist them up nice, that, and kind of scrunch it down nice and flat. Beautiful. What else do we have here? We have a B and a B, and that's going to be another B. We have an E that has to go to this E, and I don't think we have any other E's. So that ain't going to work. That's going to need a bridge. So we can get that wired up. So I'll need a short little bridge here. Okay, E to E. There's no other E's. That means we can probably crimp this little bit of excess off. All right, now D to D. I don't think there's any other D's, are there? No. So this can go. All right, I don't think I can go any further without... So we have E to E, F to F to F. H needs one from down here. So now is when I have to start bringing in... This is the speaker wire that they gave me. G is... Shit. G's always my ground, huh? And then H is where? don't think... I was thinking of tinning my wires first, but I don't think that's going to be my best bet. Alright, so... Not like that. Almost. Okay. Let's get these straightened out. That's good. Bring this into the picture. That's good. I can lay it right down. Chop the ends off. I like that. That goes to there. H to H. Good. G. What I can do is wire these up. G, 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 G. A. All right. F to F. E to E. Oh. There's a G there. You know what I could do? Fine. I could go G. G. That's G. That. Okay, so next we have to wire all these G's together. G, 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 G. And then I think because that's an E, I'm going to have to put a jumper around that. So that'll be like that. Alright, so we'll wire this up here. That goes to there. Wire these together. I don't like how long that is. I'm going to have to fix that. Yeah. Okay, so that's G to G to G. Then this runs over to here. Okay, I think we're ready for solder. Let's double check. So G goes to G, goes all the way back over to G. This is a G here. D to D. H goes up to these two H's. F goes to F, goes to F. C to C. E goes down to E. And that's a G right there. Okay. Let's tin the end of our soldering iron. Good. Probably putting way too much solder on, but figure better too much than too little. Bend that down a little. Maybe put a little bit more in here. All right then, I think we're looking pretty good. Okay, let's double check our work one more time. E to E, F to F to F, C to C, G to G, all the way over to G, back to G, G, G. Good. B to B to B, A to A to A, D to D, E to E. We're good. That's it. That's the finished product. So next, what we'll have to do is solder the ends on. The kit comes with these ends here. They're gold. So let's see if we can get one out of there. So we'll solder those right on there. All right. There you have it. Okay. So next thing I have to do, I have to put the ends on my connectors here. I'll grab my wire strippers. I'll be right back. I think we'll start with the woofer again. And so far it's my one complaint with this kit. It's not really a complaint, but I feel like there's 3 different sizes of electrical connections. You know, the little spade connectors, which seems a little excessive to me, but I guess it is what it is. I did get the brass feet that I'm going to be using in the mail today, so that's exciting. Longer because they need to be twisted together. these. Be this medium-sized one. If you guys are ever in the market for a soldering iron, I highly recommend the Hako or Hako, H-A-C-H-A-K-O. It's a FX888D. I left this sucker on, I'm not even kidding, it was like a month. I came out here to do some stuff, did some soldering, hadn't come back into this part of the shop, and that's too long, I gotta cut that. It was on. It was still working. I mean, it was at least 3 weeks. And it works fine. So, lucky I didn't burn the house down. Maybe that's my one complaint, is that it doesn't have a automatic shut off. Oh, poop. Forgot to put my... Okay, there it is. She's wired up and ready to go. Turn the solder here.